Hey, what's good? When this is at 980 in the clutch, I want to talk about some breaking news going on around the NBA as we're talking about a cross-bridge trade going on between the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets, as the Brooklyn Nets are going to trade their star player, Mikal Bridges, to the New York Knicks in exchange for 4 first-round picks. And I got to say, I believe this is a win-win trade for both sides, obviously for different reasons and different perspectives. But right now we're going to talk about what everybody is fully invested in right now. That's from the New York Knicks perspective. And we got to start off by talking about, on a personal level, how Mikal Bridges gets to reunite with his old friends, his college teammates, and Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart back in their Villanova days. Now all four of them get to play together on a contending New York Knicks team, which is really good. The New York Knicks, they already were looking like serious contenders. Now this makes them even more of a threat, even more of a complete team, as most people forget. I mean, the New York Knicks were the number 2 seed this past NBA season, and they, despite being undermanned, like basically half their roster was injured, they took the Indiana Pacers to 7 games in round 2 in this playoffs. Unfortunately, they fell short, but the fact that they were able to take it this far with playing with bench guys or guys playing half healthy, like that says a lot about this team is really good and very talented, and that they are meant to be taken seriously. It was just basically, had they stay healthy or had a couple things went their way, they would have definitely at least make it to the conference finals. I don't know if they would have beat Boston, but they definitely had the talent to at least make the series legitimately competitive. But we're not going to talk about any what ifs here. We're just going to talk about reality, what we're presented with right now. And the fact is, the New York Knicks, as I mentioned, they were the number 2 seed this past season, and they have amazing pieces around, with Jalen Brunson leading the way, Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, who I personally think is amazing. He's been a huge difference maker for the New York Knicks, as I noticed that ever since he got traded there, the Knicks have been like on this massive tear, this massive run, and he fits like a glove because he's a defensive-minded player, and the Knicks run a defensive oriented team and everything like that, especially with Tom Thibodeau, because that's what he has a background in. His main focus is on defense, and with OG Anunoby, he definitely can fit in to that system like a glove, and it's just overall like really impressive to see. And with Mikal Bridges, I believe he can do amazing things for the New York Knicks because as I mentioned, their main problem this past season was health. Mikal Bridges, he's known for playing basically every single game available. He's always healthy and takes care of himself and does what he needs to do. Even if he had to be the #1 option like he was in Brooklyn, it didn't affect him. He was still able to show up and play every single game possible, playing like 82 games for the past several seasons. Like, that is really impressive in itself, or around 82 games, I should say, which is very rare, especially in today's NBA, how a lot of players either get injured and or have to rest or load manage. So the fact that Mikal Bridges doesn't do that, and he plays nearly, if not all, the games available in the regular season, that says a lot about him. And he's definitely someone that can be an important contributor to the Knicks on their championship quest. And and yeah, the only thing that like is holding the Knicks back, honestly, from at least making it to the NBA Finals is, can they stay healthy? Now, it's obvious that Tom Thibodeau, as great of a coach he is, and he's very talented, he knows what he's doing. He is known for using up his players and like playing them to the max, and playing like each of their players, all their starters, in the 40s in terms of minutes played per game, and it does wear out. Eventually, it does get their knees all tired up, or they are more prone to injury as the season progresses, like playing so many minutes and having little to no time to rest, especially like in between like flights or practice. Players need to have like some time to recover. So the fact he doesn't fully do that, I mean, I'm not saying it's all 100% on his fault. I mean, it could be a fact that the players needed, sometimes injuries happen because of a freak accident, or maybe the players themselves don't take care of themselves. There's a bunch of different reasons, but that's why I'm not going to say it's 100% Tom Thibodeau's fault. But the fact he does overwork and overuse his players, it can be a contributor. I will say that. So hopefully, the challenge is, can Tom Thibodeau, now that he has so many star players, can he distribute the minutes evenly among the players so everybody can not only have a chance to play and to score or play defense, whatever the case may be, but they can also have enough time to rest, because talent is not an issue. He doesn't have to play a top-heavy offense where he has to solely rely on Jalen Brunson, because he has plenty of options, whether it's Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, now Mikal Bridges, Isaiah Hartenstein. They have so many options available. Even Mitchell Robinson, like, he can also contribute as well. They have a lot of talent, like, from their starters all the way to their bench. It's just a matter of, can Tom Thibodeau manage their minutes so that everybody can not only play but also not overwork his star players, so that by the time the playoffs happen, the players are still healthy and they can, like, give 100% efforts and ability, and they can take care of business and be the championship contenders that we know they are. And that's a very interesting storyline to look into, especially this upcoming season, because the Boston Celtics, I mean, they've been on the hunt. If not, now they are the hunted, especially winning their first championship since 2008. The only real competition, to be honest with you, for the Boston Celtics is the New York Knicks, because the Indiana Pacers, as we saw, they were just undermanned in terms of, like, they just don't have the talent to compete with the Celtics. Same with the Cleveland Cavaliers and even the Miami Heat. Yes, Jimmy Butler did not play, but let's be honest with ourselves. I mean, the Heat, they were a lower seed. They a play-in team, made it to the playoffs once again. Like, if we're going to be realistic, I mean, they could make it competitive. They may have the Celtics mentally, but talent-wise, I mean, the Celtics is just night and day difference. If we're talking from their starters all the way to their bench, like, I don't see any, like, true team in the East that can go toe-to-toe with the Celtics, unlike the New York Knicks, because the New York Knicks, they have the talent from top to bottom, and even a great coach in Tom Thibodeau. Now it's just a matter of, can the Knicks be 100% so that they can compete with the Celtics and then be able to go all in, and then potentially we could see a series of 7 go either way, whether the Knicks or the Celtics favor. So that's going to be something to watch. Now for the Brooklyn Nets side of things, there's a great way to redeem themselves, because they traded, if I recall correctly, 4 first picks for James Harden back when he wanted to go to Brooklyn, and then they made it work, and then now he wanted to leave Brooklyn, and then now they basically gave up all those picks for nothing, and then they got Mikal Bridges in a trade with Phoenix, and he was their top player and everything like that. But unfortunately, like, they were stuck in the middle of nowhere, as they were the 11th seed this past season with a record of 32-50. So they didn't even make the play-in tournament to begin with, because the play-in is from the 7th seed all the way to the 10th seed. And the Brooklyn Nets, they were, people were saying that Brooklyn Nets had no future. They were going to be one of, not the worst teams, probably for the next several seasons to come, which is completely understandable. But now that they were able to hold on to Mikal Bridges and be able to not sell him for pennies or quarters on the dollar, whatever the case may be, but be able to get, like, a good haul for him in return to basically get all their draft picks back, that is very good on the Brooklyn Nets part. Now, we have to be realistic here. Does this mean the Brooklyn Nets are going to be competitive all of a sudden? No, they're probably realistically going to be one of the worst teams this upcoming season, because they just lost their number 1 guy in exchange for undoing basically a previous mistake. So it is what it is. But Brooklyn Nets now, they actually have a direction, they have a future, and they can possibly get rid of some bad contracts and be able to let their young guys play, so they can be able to go big in free agency next season, or even make a big time trade in the off season. We'll just have to wait and see. But the Brooklyn Nets, they now have some light at the end of the tunnel now that they got their draft picks back, which I'm very happy for. And yeah, overall, this is a great move for both sides. Like I mentioned, Mikal Bridges, let's see what he can do. Can he contribute to the Knicks winning a championship this upcoming season, or do you believe the New York Knicks need 1 or 2 more pieces? I would love to hear you guys out in the comment section. Knicks fans, how you guys feel overall about the trade, and I want to hear from you guys, Nets fans. How do you guys feel now that you guys were able to basically clean up a mistake from the James Harden trade? I mean, he's a good player, don't get me wrong, but like the fact that he ended up leaving about a year and a half later, that did put the Nets in a bad spot. That's why I say the James Harden trade was a mistake, just for that reason alone. But what do you guys think overall? I certainly love to hear you guys out in the comment section so we can discuss down below. Thank you so much for your time. I certainly love and appreciate every single last one of y'all. Please like and subscribe to this channel. I certainly need and appreciate every single one of y'all. God bless and talk soon.